like, why do I have to install my own light bulbs? To why does a photocopy machine never work at my school? Or do I really have to enter in all these grades in my gradebook by myself? Some people call that complaining. But I also love thinking about big, complex problems, wicked problems like literacy, crime. And what makes problems immensely exciting to me is that you can flip each problem into an opportunity to solve something. But solving big problems all at once can become overwhelming, and it ends up that sometimes really impactful social ventures end up coming from problems that are really quite mundane, kind of boring, but impact quite a lot of people, are really worth solving and remove a big obstacles to a more complex problem. So let me give you an example of something mundane from my own life. I started CENO, Social Entrepreneurs of New Orleans, with a group of my friends, in large part because of our own struggles starting social ventures. In 2006, I started my first venture, which was a local chapter of a national nonprofit called First Book, which measurably increases love of reading for low-income kids by providing kids with their own home libraries, where they get to pick out their own books. And we ended up raising over $100,000 and have provided over 8,000 kids with their own home libraries. But starting First Book was difficult, and I almost gave up at two specific points. One, when I had to put together a board, and two, when I had to do fundraising. Why? Because in order to do both these things really well, I needed to know a lot of people with lots of different skills that were not my skills. And the only people I knew in the city were the 20 friends I had who did the same thing that I did, and they knew the same 20 people that I knew. So this was right after Katrina in 2006, and when I started talking to people trying to start new projects that were very much needed, I realized that others were experiencing many of the same struggles that I was facing. And if you were here right after the storm, you'll probably remember that these kinds of people starting these initiatives were just regular run-of-the-mill people like me and you. They were teachers, students, real estate agents, stay-at-home mothers, and the fact that people like us were starting initiatives was actually phenomenal, and I realized that this was a very special moment in time. So anyways, I realized that this connection problem wasn't just a me problem. It wasn't, but rather it affected many other early stage social entrepreneurs who were held back by their own abilities, own abilities to make the right connections at the right time and tapping into the right networks to get them the knowledge and resources when they needed it. So we built CENO around connecting social entrepreneurs to networks of influence and resources. Accountants, business executives, foundations, government officials, business school students, and as a result, social entrepreneurs got their accounting systems set up. They got new boards put together, they got new facilities for their programs, they got new contracts for their products. Incentivizing and supporting social innovation is a big, complicated problem, and that's why these TEDx talks are being arranged all over the world. But we decided to just focus on the community of social entrepreneurs that were like ourselves. And we found that this really quite mundane, small problem that's not very obvious, but it was actually a top 3 pain point for most of the early stage social entrepreneurs we knew. And it really does seem really small, and it doesn't even seem like something worth solving, but we found that by doing this one small thing, it made a huge difference in how quickly people were able to reach their social impact goals. So here's another interesting story around social innovation coming from small, mundane problems. Andy Hoffman is one of the social entrepreneurs in our New Ventures Accelerator program. And his story revolves around discovering that low-income families had very low adoption rates of using energy-efficient light bulbs. And this matters because your energy bills are a lot higher when you don't use CFLs. And he has since installed over 200,000 light bulbs and saved families over $10 million. So talk about impact. Now, where things get increasingly personal, small, and very stupid sounding is when CENO began working with Andy's organization for financial sustainability. And I had mentioned that one of the things that bothered me in my home life was that I found it a huge hassle to install my own light bulbs and actually knowing which light bulbs to buy. So, most people would just tell me, Andrea, just suck it up, go to the store and figure it out. Well, it turns out that I'm not the only one that feels this way about light bulbs, and this became the genesis for a new venture called Buy Green, Give Green, which just launched last month, which recruits middle-income people who can afford to pay to transition to using energy-efficient light bulbs. And part of the whole package deal includes installation and doing a whole energy analysis to see how much money you save when you do that. And you also end up subsidizing the cost of a low-income person's home. So don't underestimate the value of small, seemingly stupid problems, whether these are problems in your own life or in other people's lives. Don't get overwhelmed by the big, wicked problems. Just keep them in the back of your mind as the target that you eventually want to get to. And once you immerse yourself into a bigger problem, you'll begin to see that a lot of these smaller problems emerge. And don't discard them. File them away in your mental file cabinet and think about how you can solve the smaller problems. And chances are, you'll find a problem that's actually worth solving, but that others don't really give the time of day.